Vikings versus Goddess. Can Frey stop the Immortal Bloodline? Comic recap. This image is totally black with an abstract geometric shape cutting through it. The shape is split into a lighter pastel green section and a dark charcoal gray section, creating a stark visual contrast. The year is 1109 AD in Normandy, where Vikings stand amidst the fiery destruction of a village. One asserts, "Our clans were under threat, our people." Another interjects sharply, "So that makes it okay." In the next panel, a weathered Viking laments, "There were children, Leif. We fight for our clan." Leif's face is etched with doubt as he retorts, "It's not right." Later, a woman with long, blonde, braided hair declares, "And I'll not fight like this anymore. Father will never." A stern Viking replies, "He can torture me 1,000 times over." She finishes with resolve, "But he won't decide who I am. Only I can decide that." A woman reflects, "My memory is not eternal. I had forgotten." A man replies, "But now it returns to me. I remember a vessel of the gods, majestic and celestial, fallen from Asgard itself, but not alone. There was a divinity within." An older Viking face hardens as he recalls, "For my father, it was a prize, no doubt." Then Vikings steal something to their home. Back in the present, the woman muses, "But I was so young, so untested. I didn't grasp what we were truly claiming." The woman continues to remember, "I sometimes thought it had been but a dream, or that perhaps we made it up as lore, but I now know it was real, and I remember, upon my touch, she burned and sprung life eternal." A Viking states possessively, "She is Idun, goddess of rejuvenation." Another warns, "And until the gods pay her ransom." Another Viking face narrows as he declares, "She is ours." Back in the present, the woman finishes, "I never saw her again, but that was my father's vow, and it still is." The man vows, "And until the gods take my last breath, I'll pay that vow in blood." Another man states, "You should have killed the shaman." As the woman raises an axe, a man warns, "Girl, you raise your metal anymore. Then you own whatever fate follows." A great axe crashes to the ground with a deafening thunk. A convoy of SUVs and armed soldiers gathers in the snowy mountains, overshadowed by a majestic hall with a very steep roof. One of the armed soldiers asks threateningly, "Will you sleep justly for killing your kin, Leif?" Another warns, "We don't need to kill you, Frey." Frey wonders, "What happens next?" The other responds with a serious tone, "You know father and mutinies. It's never pretty." On a distant shore, soldiers push small boats into the water, preparing to embark towards the large yacht. On the yacht, a man with glasses eats and offers, "Relax, Frey, have a bite." Frey responds, "All this rebellion, you must be famished." Sitting on the couch, Frey replies, "I've lost my appetite." A man remarks, "The endless martyr over an adolescent infatuation, this one." Frey says, "You know nothing of our family or its struggles." Another voice replies, "That's fair. I've been lost to my own interests." "A family creed, is it not?" Frey angrily asks. "Why don't you educate me on our honorable family's bloody tomes?" Another replies, "All of a sudden, our long-lost family historian has returned with a misplaced sense of justice, no less." He adds, "So justice and decency are not akin to our crest." Frey's friend steps in. "Frey, we fought evils you don't know, you can't even imagine." Angered, Frey asks, "And committed atrocities to prevent atrocities, to fight those evils with corrupted hearts." Frey's other friend interjects, "What would you know about our fight? How dare you cast judgment of our ethics?" Frey's calmer now and says, "I'm not here to cast judgment, but forgive me if I care about your souls and dare to ask what we sacrifice them for." A voice calmly begins, "For everything." Another voice responds, "You do realize that everything we cherish, our friends and loved ones, our freedom and our health, the food on our table." A stern voice replies, "There will always be someone who tries to take it." Another voice warns, "The gods have cursed humanity with undying greed." A man replies, "I know, because I've seen it for centuries." Later, an older man says in a deep voice, "So, forgive me for knowing that life is for those who fight for what they want." Forgive me for a fearless spirit that chooses a mountain of strength instead of a valley of regret. Frey concludes, but question me not for knowing the ways of man. A man muses, so easy for tyrant kings to justify their crowns with blood and death, rather than mercy and generosity. Another man remarks, I'm old enough to have tried both and had my generosity paid back in blood. How long you got left? Another notes, in a modern world of camera phones where everyone is connected, eventually they'll find out who you really are. Another comments, he doesn't mention your name or even beg out of love. He cares only about our secrets. A final comment says, you were duped, which is why I will forgive you and welcome you back when you kill him. A man orders, you've proven you can kill and you've proven you can indulge. Now prove you will do what it takes to protect all the people in our kingdom that would suffer from this man's campaign. Another says, consider this a test for mercy, my mercy. He hands Frey a gun. Just one bullet for one job, Frey. Someone warns, you shoot us, we will shoot back. He concludes, and don't risk it, that water is dead cold. The man in the chair says calmly, it's okay, Frey, you do what you need to. The man with the gun says, yes, for yourself, Frey, protect yourself, your secret. Another comments, you've been out of the family too long. Modern times has taken its toll on you, but you are still a goddamn Viking. The older man in black says, I'm not telling you to kill him for us, girl. I'm telling you to challenge your world. See the truth. Finally, the man in the chair says, and help yourself. With a single shot, the man in the chair is killed. Frey runs onto the deck and pushes him overboard. The ship suddenly comes under fire from the small boats approaching as rounds impact the water with explosive splashes. As the man with the mowak falls into the arms of the man with the long blonde hair, the man says, "Pa," the man replies, "I'll live. Go finish it." Frey looks over the railing and sees someone looking over the side. He yells, "Fucker, I don't see them." The man with glasses asks, "What now?" The long-haired man replies, "They'll freeze right." The Mohawk man holding the sniper says, "He'll drown." The man holding the sniper replies, "She won't." The Mohawk man fires at the boats as a boat speeds to the yacht. Frey orders over the engines, "Get the men." A lone figure bobbing in the water says weakly, "So cold." Inside a boat, Frey holds the man's face and tells him, "Hang in there." Her face hardens as she concentrates and begins to chant. As the boats approach the yacht, someone yells, "Hold on." The boats near the yacht. With a furious BRAKKA, BRAKKA, BRAKKA from a soldier holding a sniper, another boat is hit, causing someone to yell, "Get down." A man says, "What happened?" Frey yells, "We're gonna need another boat. Just stay down." Frey swims in the cold water and then begins a fierce attack, knives in hand. BRAKKA, 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 as she fights the soldiers in the other boat. Someone yells, "Geo, Geo," as another boat goes VMMMMM to pick her up. Frey then leaps to another boat to continue the fight. Frey leaps into a boat, stabbing and shooting at the people in the boat. Bang! As blood flies, she grabs an axe. Thunk as the axe hits, killing another soldier. Then the man with the sniper says, "Gotcha." As more bullets fall, Frey screams, "Frey!" A woman says, "You think I'll let you come back and take everything? I've spent centuries facing horrors. And do you think he'll ever let you have the crown? He doesn't even let you keep your name. Every time he gets too old." As the water rushes over them, Eric yells, "Following my duty," Frey replies, "ERIK, LEIF, ERIK, LEIF, you'll always be second to a tyrant." Leif responds, "At least I'm here. You walked away from it all from all of us." As their faces meet, Frey says, "I was wrong to walk away, but I'm here now, I'm offering you my hand." Frey yells, "Frey, we're going to hit the ice." The man yells back, "Broken bodies sink, Frey." They are in a boat being chased through the water by an enemy boat. Frey grabs for the wheel. "We're in the middle of nowhere. You revive at the ocean floor, you still drown." Frey reaches out for his hand and yells, "Then take my hand. I believe you can do good things, brother. Let me help you be your own man for once." Leif is struggling and yells, "I can't betray him. You ask the impossible." Their boat capsizes. The boat capsizes into the cold, dark depths. As Frey pulls them to the surface, a boat comes by and shoots at the sinking boat. Debris and fire are all around. The chase continues. Frey gasps and asks, "Leif, my family." The man in the boat replies, "Welcome back." Frey replies, "No sign of them. We've drifted pretty far." The man says, "I can see mainland just down there. But you did it. We got M." He shows her his phone with a picture of the boat underwater. Frey asks, "When did you get those?" He replies, "In the cave, for just a moment before they came." Frey says, "They searched you. Not the first time I've gotten something past a few distracted soldiers." Owen replies, "But I've almost got a signal. It goes in and out, but I think we're close." Frey says, "Owen, wait, Frey. We can tell the world who the Isvalds truly are. They'll debunk it. They'll take it down." Owen says, "No, this is the way. You expose them for the world to see." Frey replies, "I can't just expose their secrets and walk away. Even though they are wrong, they're my family. I have to set things right here." Owen replies, "This isn't about you." Frey holds her gun to Owen's head and says, "Please put the phone down." Owen replies, "I will stop them and fix this, but I have to do it my way." Frey responds, "And I have to do what is right for the world. You promised me it would be my decision. You would trust me to handle it." Frey asks, "Were they right? Did you use me?" Owen replies, "My life is devoted to the pursuit of truth, to expose oppression and injustice. Nothing else matters, not your feelings or mine or anything. When I get a signal, I'm pushing send." Frey pleads, "Please, Owen, please put the phone down." As Frey stares at Owen, he looks determined and says, "You do what you have to, Frey." In the last moments of his life, Frey shoots Owen. He flies backwards as his phone is thrown into the air. A gunshot rings out against the backdrop of the open sea and a fiery sunset. Thanks for tuning in. Stay curious, stay awesome, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more amazing content.